Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
Let's get it. I'm telling you why. You can see in their eyes, them boys ain't playing, they ready to
I love this song.
Shaking the tunnel, just screaming and yell if you
I'm gonna tweet him right now, see if we can get a new one.
Swagging out with the flies fashions. Cameras out and they steady flashing. Captains out, we about to get it cracking. Full of crashing in between those lines. You boys, we about to ride. We a band of brothers and we stick together like an army mission when it's wartime. We stacking them W's, pay attention. Opponents coming with apprehension. We stay on top of our division. We're from BCS buses to playoff contenders. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We had to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad.
Yeah, here we are.
We are mad. Welcome, Utah fans. Yes, it is the off season, but we had to come on today and talk about this shiz show that's going on in college football right now. But before we get into that, we want to thank our sponsor, Thomas Orthodontics. We are so glad that he's sticking with us for another season.
Right on, man.
Shocked. I'm not gonna
Right
lie.
on.
I'm honestly.
Why?
I'm shocked he came back.
We're so excited to have him, and we are looking for other sponsors. So if you're interested, hit us up. Shoot us an email at utahfootballfanspodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to partner with you, and please like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. We're everywhere.
It's good to be back, isn't it?
It's been a few
That's good
months.
to be. It's good to be here.
I mean, it's good. This topic is not
It's kind of a surprising out of nowhere.
where I'd want to be, but
First things though. Of course, we saw each other on the 4th of July.
Yes.
Yesterday.
And
Did you have fun? Was it good? You have a good 4th of July?
it's fine.
I love the 4th of July.
I love the 4th of July.
Fireworks and everything.
Fireworks, food, kids up late, angry and tired for all day today.
Yeah, totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
It was worth it. It was a good
Red,
day.
white, and blue. Yeah.
And then we're back. Here we are. Okay, well, let me ask. I'll ask the question. So when your feelings when you first heard that UCLA and USC were heading to the Big Ten.
Wait, what? This is news to me.
Well, I thought it was. I didn't think it was real, because it was like, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. I thought there is no way. I mean, that was my first thought. There's just no way.
My thought was that they were trying to leverage for more power, more money, more say.
Yeah, but what were you?
That was my first thought, because I was at work and one of my coworkers was like, "Did you see this?" And I read it, and it was like, "That's not going to happen. There's no way that they're leaving. They're trying to leverage to get more power and more money." But it moved so quick. All of a sudden, by the end of the day, they were freaking gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but once we all realized they were gone, it's just your feelings, not the reasons and all that, which we'll get into. But as a Utah fan,
Pissed off. How's that?
that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's bullcrap.
It is bullcrap.
Oh, bingo. That's what we want.
USC. And
Yeah.
take your little baby brother,
It's
UCLA,
crap.
with you. It is crap. I'm pissed off about it.
I mean,
to
I
be
was
quite
shocked.
frank.
I got to say, I was shocked that it would be you. Well, I was shocked that it would go to the Big Ten. It would be USC. I knew the landscape was going to continue to change, and who knows, but to go to the Big Ten, UCLA and USC, I was shocked with it, disappointed, and yeah, I'm ticked off.
Yeah.
I'm ticked off about it.
I mean, for them, it makes a lot of sense.
Does it though?
Yeah. I mean, you get to go play in a.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things about it, but when you look at like the landscape, the map, it pisses me off.
I mean, that's.
R.I.P. to this. It's dead.
Pac-12.
You have to just rip that.
It's over.
You have to rip that in half.
It's over. How weird is it?
Is the Pac-12
It's fly.
Ooh, this fly
the blowfly in here?
just landed on me. Sick.
Is the Pac-12 done?
Yes. Don't you?
Bryn?
Okay, well, let me go back to one of the things that I thought first off of when it happened.
No, answer the freaking question.
I will, and I think I talked to you. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Get a fly swatter out, James.
What? Why is it my responsibility?
This is so distracting.
Concentrate.
My first thought was, of course, football is king. We all get that. Football is king at every school.
Yeah.
But when you look at that stupid map, everyone's seen it posted on social media where you've got USC and UCLA, and they're now in a
We're over
conference
here.
with everyone on the other side of the entire country. What does that mean for women's basketball, for track and field, for the
Softball.
swim team, for the dive team? I mean, they now have to go across country for their meets and their games too.
Yeah, Rutgers, who is in New York City, is part of this conference. Penn
It's
State.
ridiculous.
New Jersey, isn't it?
Is it New Jersey? New York, New Jersey,
Is
wherever
it?
it is. I don't.
It's on the East Coast.
It's so irrelevant.
The complete opposite
Complete
end.
opposite. And so, yeah, you're exactly right. The football and basketball. Okay, I can get UCLA basketball, USC football, that market, blah blah. But yeah, the athletic sports. What are they gonna do?
And suddenly now you're traveling not 1-2 hour flights. It's 4 and 5 hour flights now.
Okay. All I'm saying,
Yes.
Let us have an opinion.
what is it?
Answer the question. That had nothing. That
had
true.
nothing
That
to
had nothing
do.
to do with the logo.
I was answering your first question.
No. What is the Pac-12? Is the Pac-12 done?
Yes. I said rip it.
I think it's done.
It's so sad.
What's really sad is it was the Pac-8,
Oh.
the Pac-10.
R.I.P.
I'm sorry.
It's dead.
It's you don't even think though. I mean, there is some talk about merger
Okay.
with the Big 12,
12.
and I don't know what you would call it. I don't know if that's the Pac-12. I mean,
No, it would be called the Big Pac or something.
so you don't think
stupid.
there's any chance? Guess there's a chance because we don't know that somehow they regroup, they all stay together and bring in a couple of teams.
That's the other option. So there's the options of.
Well, do you think
leave-
that for? I mean,
No,
we just
I
tore
don't.
That up.
I don't think that's what, because there's teams like Oregon and Washington, Utah, that are in scramble mode, and you don't want to be left out.
So it's done.
And so you can't. And who are you going to replace them with? Boise and San Diego State.
I think-
You're an irrelevant, minuscule conference if you do that. So teams are going to jump ship, and the Pac-12 is dead.
Rip that. Get
Be
that
my
thing
guest.
out
So
of
what do you
my
think,
face.
everybody?
I can't believe you printed that off. I hate them. You know what I've decided? Here's what I've decided. My most hated
Screw USC.
program outside of that other team is this now. When these guys play Ohio State, who I've always hated, go Ohio State.
Hey, Ohio State fans.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm
Ohio
cheering.
State.
Go Buckeyes.
Go Buckeyes. Kick the.
When these
Out of
guys
them.
play Alabama, go Bama. When these
Ew.
Man, that's going to be a rough
But
one.
No,
man,
it is
I
not.
get what
Not
you're
now.
saying.
not now. They're not in our conference.
Ohio
There's no
State fan.
Screw
Kick the
'em.
crap out of these boys. Okay, next.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
Can I just say about USC real quick? And
You defend them.
no. Oh, hell no. No, what I'm saying is, think about this
freaking
now
angry. What is
extra
this?
layer that it's going to bring on October, what is
Oh,
it?
that Friday night.
October 15th that we play
Kick
them or
the-
something like that?
Out of them.
The boos that are going to come out of Rice-Eccles Stadium. I'm actually a little excited for that. But
Yeah.
screw USC.
Yeah.
Go Michigan.
Freaking spoiled brats.
Even Ohio State. Come on.
Penn State. I can't stand
'em
Penn
out.
State. And now I'm cheering for Penn State over USC. It's weird. USC in the Big Ten, it makes no
Losers.
sense.
Well, it sort of does.
Well, it's the third biggest market in the
And
country.
your observation about
Here's what you want to know what UCLA is in this transaction. UCLA is when your child comes to you and says, "Mom, I want to go to the movies," and your mom says, "Okay, fine, you can go to the movies, but take your little brother with you." That's UCLA. UCLA is
Seriously.
the little brother that mom is like, "Fine, you can come, but you got to bring UCLA along with you." And they're like, "Do we have to?" Yeah. They're irrelevant.
Yeah, how did they get looped in?
Okay,
Just
tear
because
it
they're
up.
LA. Just because they're LA.
they're garbage. We've dominated them for.
They have now. You brought up the point. Their basketball program going to
Yeah,
the Big
but-
Ten, but it was a
It's
football
all
decision.
football decision. We all know it.
God,
God,
he's
Bruins. You're going to have to watch the
Having
YouTube
a
to see us.
seizure over here.
I'm so mad. I kind of have
Take a
calmed
med,
down,
please.
and now it's all coming back. Take a med.
Take your meds.
What do you
A
got?
med?
You got anything good?
What's
Take
in
a
that
med
cup?
for heck's sake, man. Look,
Mountain Dew.
okay.
It's not that late.
Yeah, it's stupid that it's what you said. The West Coast going basically Northeast.
We were the Pacific Athletic Conference.
But it's
I know.
now, as you sit back, and as much as it ticks me off, here, analyze, give me your thought. Then what I'll say here is that look, once Texas and Oklahoma left the Big 12 and went, along with the NIL, we all knew college football was never going to be the same, and this realignment stuff was going to happen. I never thought I would see, though, the West Coast teams go what they did, but it's happened. Mm-hmm. But if you sit back and the macro view of it, when you just consider the money,
and that's what's driving all of this.
We
We're
put
not
stuff on
stupid.
social media about how stupid it is, all that kind of stuff, which it is because you got to go all across the country. But and everyone's saying, well, it's the money, it's the money. Yeah, of course it's the money. You got ESPN who controls the SEC. They're having a massive deal. It's Fox Sports, Fox, who is going to have the Big Ten, and they're going to have a new contract soon, and it's huge money. Mm-hmm. And so, figures I've heard, I'm not sure what you've heard, but basically USC and UCLA are going to get, $100 million a year, mm-hmm. possibly more, whereas in the Pac-12, they're going to get $40 million.
Yeah, so you more than
Think
double.
about that.
You go, okay.
Okay, and then you are going to a prestigious conference. So, yeah, I get it in that regard. And plus, you look at Fox, you're getting the Southern California market. One of the, I don't know, is it one or two?
It's the second biggest market in the entire country.
And you're going after them. So, okay.
And plus the recruiting that comes out
makes
of there,
sense
the money.
in that regard.
What really drives me nuts is you're right. When Texas and Oklahoma left, it was, okay, this is the first domino to fall in a lot of things. But at least geographically, it made sense. They're right there. They're bordering. It was an easy transition. Here, it's not that. It's strictly money. It's 100% just, okay, where can we go and make the most money? What would have been really nice is if the Pac-12 had been able to poach some other people and become like the Pac-16, poach some people from 4 schools from the Big 12 earlier and bring them over and then make us the super conference. Instead, now we're the ones scrambling, trying to figure out which direction to go. Do you leave? Do you stay? Do you hold on? What do you do?
So what's strange is Fox was starting to pick up all the Pac-12 games. I felt like Pac-12 was starting to become broadcast by Fox a lot. Didn't you feel like that last season?
We were on Fox.
A little bit.
So it's frustrating, like you said, it's frustrating that it didn't go that way, like you said, where the Pac-12 is becoming the elite conference. And let me ask you this, is this all Larry Scott's fault?
Larry Scott was asleep at the wheel for 10 years.
Yeah, so
absolutely, Larry.
Is this his fault?
He
Big part of it.
Yeah, it is.
100% this is his fault. Yeah. 100% this is his fault. Because
I'm not sure it's 100% his fault, but it's
a big part.
It's a massive part of it. He just didn't take care of the league, and it put us in this situation. So
he put the
Loser.
Pac-12, and we talked about this back in the COVID season, where everybody else was playing except the Pac-12. Everyone else had these media deals except the Pac-12, and so it put the Pac-12 down here, where all these other conferences were putting themselves up here
and making 2-3 times what the Pac-12 was making. So then, which trickles down to the schools. And SC, they are the flagship school of the Pac-12, is going,
so
where's our money?
We had no leverage.
No. And now, as of today, the Board of Trustees has given the Pac-12 commissioner, whatever his name is, I can't pronounce it. Kliknikov or whatever the freak.
Kliakov
Says, now you can go out and negotiate new TV deals.
Why were we not doing that already?
Okay, that's just stupid. But we all know it's stupid.
There's no leverage there.
There's no.
No.
We're too late on that. So it's just, I don't know.
Okay, so I looked up, and you can look at different sources, but I looked at this source. The page of the website is gone, but it's legit. You could, if you want to look.
It's GordonMonson.net.
No, that's for why. That's at the bottom of the bird cage. That's his stuff. But here the ranking of the most watched college football programs of 2021.
Is this like over the course of the year, or is this okay? So not
over the course of the year
on average.
Yeah, this is their average number of viewers per week.
Okay.
Per week for the 12 weeks season.
Okay.
Average viewer per freaking game.
Yeah.
It's quite eye-opening. Number 1, Ohio State.
Wow,
They
Buckeyes.
averaged
Jeez.
5 million, over 5.2 million.
Per game.
A game?
You know what's sad?
Average number of viewers per week.
You know what's really sad in comparison to the NFL? These numbers are minuscule.
Okay, well,
But just
5
so
million. Way to go,
number
Buckeyes.
2, Michigan.
Okay.
Both Big Ten.
really.
4.74. Number 3 on this is Alabama.
Okay.
Then, again from the Big Ten, Penn State. Then Georgia. So the top 5, you have 2 from the Big Ten,
2 SEC.
2 SEC. Then at number 6 was Oklahoma out of the Big 12, but they're gone now. They're going to the SEC. They'll be going in the SEC
in the future.
in the future. Number 7 was Auburn, SEC. Michigan State at number 8. Notre Dame at number 9. Finally, Oregon was number 10. That's the first pack.
Does it give a number for Oregon?
Yeah, 2.57 mil.
Interesting.
Now,
You know how many viewers were watched the Rose Bowl this year?
it was
Yeah, it was a record, wasn't it?
16.6 million
Or
people.
close to.
and then you go down
All eyes on us, baby.
the list. I won't go down them all, but it goes Texas, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, Texas A&M, Mississippi, Clemson. That's the first at the ACC.
That's the first non-Big Ten. Well, Notre Dame, but Big Ten.
Notre Dame and Oregon, but that was
But Oregon was
Oregon.
on here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Iowa's number 20.
Okay.
Purdue, all Big 10, Big 12, Oklahoma State.
Good grief.
Tennessee
SEC.
as at 23, Minnesota
Big Ten.
at Big 10, Florida State, ACC finally. Indiana at number 26. So
Big Ten.
as of last year, and this makes some sense, but this is
Wow.
this is UCLA was number 29, and so SC was number 32.
UCLA was
UCLA
over
had
beat
more
USC.
viewership per game, according to these guys.
UCLA was
last
better
year.
than
That's
than
right,
SC
because
last
SC was
year.
crap.
SC was 4-8.
So you have
they
to
were
keep
garbage.
that somewhat in mind, but this was last year.
Okay, but here's a big part of this.
Jeez. Do you want to know where Utah is?
Okay.
43rd.
Utah's at 37.
Oh,
Just under
who we next to?
just under a million a game. 994.
Who's right by us?
Washington's below us. North Carolina just above us. Miami's just barely above us. Maryland's below us. Then West Virginia, TCU,
Okay.
Mississippi State, and on and on and on. Stanford's below us. Arizona State below us. Northwestern and down. So
Okay.
we're kind of
But here's what I was going to say. I do think time zone plays a huge part in this stuff. And we talk about this all the time, that our Pac-12 games, they're on so late, so no one in the East Coast watches them.
Kicking
I mean,
off
think about that. Like,
At 11:30 at night, East Coast
right,
time.
so a lot of these games here in Utah, they're on at 10 a.m. They're on at noon
Yeah.
there. And people sit down from noon until 10 p.m. at night and they watch, but they're not watching anything from West Coast.
Yeah, I mean, I'll come home from a game and it's 11:30 our time and it's Washington versus Oregon State. Well, no one on the East Coast gives a crap,
I mean,
so
I'm
they're
not
not
saying
watching
that's
it.
the only reason.
it's not.
It's not the only reason, but
That plays a factor, though.
I think it does play a factor.
It plays a factor.
Okay, it's a factor, but if there's no doubt if you look it up, sometimes it's quite interesting. If you look at who's watching football, SEC, Big Ten,
Yeah. Oh, the numbers don't lie.
those
I mean, the
Yeah.
top 20.
it's all big. It's basically Big Ten. SEC are the viewership is massive in comparison.
I will say,
That's why they're getting these massive deals.
Yeah. Jeez. I can't believe. Okay, so Oregon was the number one in the Pac-12. I guess that doesn't surprise me. I don't know. Oregon has this appeal about them, even though they suck.
Oh, I was looking for Texas. They're
Yeah.
13. Okay.
Texas 13.
Because, I mean, that whole part of the country, Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, it's there.
Texas
It's
A&M was
life.
in there.
And A&M's pretty good, so okay, interesting. Yeah, A&M 17. That is really interesting, but
So the highest,
So you get
it is
the highest is
SEC
5 million in Ohio
and
State.
Big Ten from top to bottom, except for a couple of outliers, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
the thing is down that bottom portion there. It's kind of interesting. Is like there's they call it the 4 million viewer.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a game.
The 4 million club.
The 4 million club. In other words, what teams? How many does it say there were? Like of total teams.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does.
know. Here's your
See it.
thing back.
It's kind of interesting. Here are all the games that broke 4 million viewers. So it's one game.
Oh.
The Ohio State Michigan game had almost 16 million people watch it.
I was one of them. It was a great game.
Utah's in here at number 28, the Oregon-Utah game here at Rice Eccles.
Yeah.
There were 4.8 mil. There were 34 teams last year that played in at least one game that cracked 4 million viewers. So Utah was in one game. So in other words, at least it's 4 million viewers in a game. Alabama played in 8 games
With 4 million or
that
more.
were over 4 million or more.
Here's the thing.
Ohio State had 7. Michigan, Penn State had 6. Georgia had 5. Oklahoma, Wisconsin had 4.
It's Big Ten.
It's Big
SEC.
Ten, SEC,
And then you get 1 or 2 ACC schools, and that's about it.
and then you here there with
Clemson.
The Pac-12, and that's just the way it is, man. So you get it. I get it.
Well, yeah, because we've all seen people on social media saying, well, but Utah had such an amazing season and they're Pac-12 champs. We went to the Rose Bowl and all of that. And for us, yes, that's huge. And we had an awesome season. We all know how amazing it was. These numbers don't lie, though. Even with our unbelievably wonderful season, we're so far behind in the numbers game, which sucks.
The reality is
but-
we'll never catch up.
No.
Utah could have that same season for the next 15 years in a row, and we're never going to surpass the Ohio States, Michigans,
That's
Alabamas,
just reality,
Clemson's even. It's just, well, I don't know, maybe not Clemson.
But Vanderbilt, you know how many
You could pay me
Vanderbilt
$100,000 right now.
34,000 viewers a game.
You could put a map on this table and say, James,
I don't know.
I will give you $100,000 to point out where Vanderbilt is, and I would be like,
Close your eyes and point.
my guess is Tennessee, but I have no idea. I'm gonna Google it.
No, it's Google it. It's no. Okay,
Where is it? You're saying no. Let's hear it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna look like a complete
Okay,
moron when I pull
look.
this up.
What do you prefer? So
Can't
here we are.
Spell Vanderbilt.
Well, then that's a problem.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
There it is.
SEC. Nobody's. What do you prefer then? Now that it's where we're at. There's different options being thrown out there. We don't know anything yet.
Yeah, I think we need to make that clear is that there's so many different rumors out there and we're meeting with them and we're meeting with them and we're meeting with them. Nobody knows
Tennessee,
anything.
suck it.
So
You were right.
I was right.
language. That's language.
Oh, that's
You need the beep button. You
That's
didn't beep him.
That's the worst thing I've said on this
Nice
pod.
language.
On this pod.
so vile.
Anyway,
Go
okay,
ahead, go
go.
ahead.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Well, I guess today we hear that apparently, I've heard 2 things. Tell me if you've heard this. Of course, Utah, Colorado, ASU,
ASU.
and Arizona were in talks with the Big 12.
Heard it.
I also heard
Yeah, but they're saying
that-
that didn't happen.
Washington and Oregon are as well
With the Big 12.
with the
Yeah.
Big 12. So
Well, and nowadays geographical means
with all,
nothing.
so the geographical stuff doesn't, but what would you like to see? I'll just ask you, what would you like to see? We're speculating, so no one knows, but what do you,
Okay. I'll give you my dream
what will
scenario.
you dream and what you really think will happen?
My dream
Maybe they're the
scenario
same.
is they take Utah, Oregon, Washington, and I don't give a crap who the last team is, and we go to the Big Ten, along with SC and UCLA. Utah playing against Penn State, Michigan State, Ohio State. Those schools every year would be incredible. It's kind of a long shot in my opinion. I don't want to go to the Big 12. The Big 12 is not an advancement. Look at the schools. As soon as Texas and Oklahoma left, who's left? Who's their flagship school? Oklahoma State, Baylor, Texas Tech.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're Pac-12 before SC and UCLA left. They were on par. So it doesn't. I'm not excited about that. That being said, I will take it over a lame duck sinking ship Pac-10 that we're in now.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be in the. I think the Pac-12 is done. So
that's where I'm at.
Yeah, my last choice would be Pac-12, bringing in Boise and San Diego. I mean,
that sounds awful.
That puts us back in Mountain West, if not even worse.
It's like Mountain West plus. It's stupid.
Like that's not going to do anything for us because we're just going to get left behind. So,
well, especially with power conferences that are now built, these giant power conferences, you can't be left behind like that.
I think Big Ten is the highest priority, but there's been talks about either Big Ten or Big 12 kind of absorb Pac-12 and then make it like you still stay in that geographical, so it's Big whoever West and Big East or whatever. Honestly, I just want where we're going to be able to play good teams, where we're going to get respect. I don't want to get left in the dust. Yeah. And I will say this, it does concern me a little bit with Mark Harlan. I don't know how much confidence I have in him. I just don't know. President Randall with the U, he gives me more confidence that he will go out and fight for it. I just don't know how Harlan will do with these kind of negotiations.
Yeah, we've never had a situation like this.
Why? What do you think?
I don't know. I just feel like we haven't seen from him what would give me confidence to know that he's going to go in there and fight for Utah. I just don't feel like I have seen it. So I just don't want to get left behind.
Fortunately, we're in a good spot in the aspect of we had a great season. We're trending up, and outside of just the athletics, the academics of the University of Utah are really good. So you have that going for you as well. So I'm not afraid that we're going to get left behind as long as they're not like, yeah, we'll hang out with the Pac-10 and just see what happens. That you can't do that.
I do hate to bring it up, but I don't want to be in a conference with the Zoobies.
I'm not going down that road right now.
Okay, we're not going to go down that road. I'm just saying it.
I'm not talking.
I don't want to.
I'm not getting involved in it in this episode. I saw some posts today.
Okay. That's part of the discussion, though.
Well, they're acting like they're our savior over there.
They're okay. I'm just saying. I'm not in a good place with it, so I don't want to talk about them.
That's fine. You don't have to. I am saying I do not want to be in a conference with them again.
No, it'd be amazing to go to the Big 10. They're over there in the Big 12. Great, have fun. That'd be my dream. What do you think? Where are you at?
Well, yeah, I'd rather be in the Big 10 or SEC.
Let's go SEC.
Those are the big ones.
Why can't we go to the SEC?
Did you ask me? Do you want me to finish?
Let him
go.
say.
Let's say
he's saying.
So, yeah, I would love to go play those teams and be in those conferences. Let me just side note, whatever happens now is not the end. So it's not like it's going to align right now and this is forever. I think continuously in the near future, it'll continue to shuffle. So having said that, I'd rather be Big 10 to the SEC just because of the competition. That's fun football. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't want to stay. I'm with you. I don't want to stay with the sinking ship of the Pac-12 or whatever it ends up being. So what I would like to see happen is the Big 12, if they were to get Oregon. I mean, come on, Oregon. Last year, Oregon's a premier football program, and so is Washington. Those two have been in the college football playoff anyway, in the final 4 teams within the last, I don't know how many years it is, but they've been relevant in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could get Oregon.
Well, plus you have the Oregon and the Nike money.
Right, exactly. Phil Knight could get involved. Who knows what that he'll get?
That's what
where
I've heard
Oregon
some
will
people
go. But I'm just saying, if you had
talking about that.
Oregon, Washington, and Utah, those are the premier. Well, basically, it's Oregon, Utah is the premier programs right now.
Right now.
So if you
Right
had
now,
then
yeah.
Washington, and the Arizona schools, you put those into the Big 12. Yeah, is it as high profile as those other ones? No, but I think that upgrades it and actually brings
It
brings
would.
up some marquee schools and makes it a better league. And I think that'd be a good league.
Well, and you take Arizona to the Big 10 or the Big 12 rather. Both Arizona schools, that just makes sense. You just slide them over there. They're down in that region anyway. It just makes sense. It's the other pieces. It'll be really interesting. I mean, I think you're right. This is not the end-all, be-all.
No.
Whatever happens here, it's in 5 years from now, it can be completely different. But you just
It will be.
you just can't be the team that tried to be loyal to the Pac-10 and all of a sudden now you're playing Fresno State and Utah State because you screwed yourself over.
This loyalty tradition stuff's done.
It's gone.
Sadly,
Yes.
It is sad.
It is
sadly, it's now done, and
Yep.
the money is the driver, which we've already said. It's the money. The thing that I don't know is sad, overused word, but it is sad, is that if you look like at these teams here, I mean, they're good. They're good teams, and they command money, but look at all the money that's being thrown at Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, and on and on and on. They just keep, and they're good, so they keep getting the athletes. They get more money. The snowball just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's hard to compete with that over time. Plus, with programs in areas that have so much money like that, throw in the NIL, and once
NIL.
that kicks in, more players are going to be getting paid because it's going to leave a lot of teams down the rung. It's just, how do you compete with that?
You're going to have, at the end of it all, I think you're going to have 2 20-school super conferences that are pretty much, it's going to be the NFL light is what we're going to get to.
That's crap.
It's going
It's
that
going
way.
that the NIL, the big, exactly what you said. You're going to have these marquee programs that have just hundreds of millions of dollars. They have sponsors who can come out of the woodwork and say, okay, 5-star quarterback, we'll give you $10 million to come to our school. And all of a sudden, we got these 40 schools. Everyone else, thanks for playing. Go play in your little mini conference.
It sucks because we all love college football. I mean, we love it. I love in
60
the
days.
fall and just sitting down and watching. And I want to watch these teams play each other. And I want to be excited for who's coming to Rice Eccles.
Yep.
And
Can be.
I want it to be a premier team. And I want good away game destinations. I want places that I want to go see. And we've had that in the Pac-12. And it does suck because now we're just kind of left out in the open. We don't know what's going to happen. And it's a crappy place to be at this point, but I just want college football. I don't want it to get so screwed up, but I feel like it's going that way.
Well, the NCAA organization and all that's dead too.
Yeah.
They're not in command of anything anymore. They blew it. They let things get out of control. They didn't negotiate and how to anyway.
Oh.
It's the conferences, the commissioners and schools, presidents and commissioners of or ADs, whatever, of the conferences. They're in control, particularly the SEC and the Big Ten. They're NCAA is going to be out of it because technically speaking, I heard some guys say that, the Big Ten and the SEC right now could just simply say, you know what, we're going to have our own
They could.
championship at the end of the year, and they got so many good teams and it would command massive dollars.
One, especially
Their own playoff, their own
you
everything.
look at the SEC's already trying to get Clemson. If they would go out and get Clemson, Florida State, Notre Dame, they're done. That's it. Now they've got all the viewers, they got all the teams, they got all the money, and everybody else, thanks for playing. And they could do that tomorrow if they wanted to. And it sucks. What's really sucky is I remember growing up and it was the Pac-10, man. It was Pac-10 football, right? With Reggie Bush and the Rose Bowl and all these things. There was prestige to the Pac-10, and it's dead. It's dead.
That's the other thing is the Rose Bowl seems like it's dead too.
Well,
is what it feels
Ever since
like.
the college playoffs, it kind of hurt
Yeah.
all the bowl games.
all the bowl games.
That's true.
Unless it was one of the playoff
But now what'll
games,
happen?
but-
That's true.
Because the Big
I have
Ten
no
will have
idea.
all the schools. The Pac-12 will be dead, so they got to it sucks. It does really upset me. Where Utah lands, nobody knows. I think we'll be in a good spot. I'm not afraid of getting left behind, but man,
What do you think Notre Dame? That's kind of a puzzle that it seems to be out there that people are waiting on to
They
make
are.
other decisions.
I wouldn't be surprised they go Big Ten.
I think at this point you got to join a conference.
You have to.
I don't know. I heard guys today saying no. They say they're gonna stay pat because they make a ton of
They
money.
make a ton of money, but
Yeah.
Then they control their own schedules and all that
the
stuff.
money's great, but it all comes down to your ability to get into the playoff. Okay? Notre Dame, if they're kind of that team where, okay, we've got 4 great teams in Notre Dame, then what happens? It's all about getting into the playoff for those guys.
Yeah, but the other side of it, what you think on it is this thing about 4 teams. There's no way that's going to stick.
It's got to go to 8.
It's going to go to 8 or 12. And people have been saying, well, the SEC doesn't want to do it. And that's further from the truth because the SEC typically has like 4 or 5 in the top 10.
They'd get 4 teams in.
And so
Yeah,
you're getting,
at least.
and that can't happen. That just can't happen. So they want to expand it.
Yeah.
They get a bunch of their teams in it, as will the Big Ten.
It's true. If you went to 12, you'd have
Change.
4.
All this stuff's going to change. That's what I'm thinking.
Notre Dame, and then out of the Big 12, and then now the Pac-2, it would be a battle. The Pac-12 is going to be Stanford and Cal, and that's it.
Stanford, man.
Stanford should
a few
just
years
drop
ago,
their
they were-
drop their
Dang, dude.
football.
Think about
mean,
it.
What's the point?
Utah's in a good spot, okay? I think the Arizona schools will be fine. Colorado's just kind of like, okay, we'll go wherever. But you got Cal, Washington State, Oregon State. They're getting better, but
Stanford.
Stanford.
I don't know.
What are those guys going to do? I'm with you. Stanford just needs to call it a day.
Yeah, but a few years ago, they were dang good, man. They
Yeah,
were
it's-
top 5. Remember that?
It
We beat
feels
'em?
like a long
When
time
we
ago.
beat them, but no one goes to their games.
What was I can't remember what I.
It's true. I went to a game,
I
and
know,
it was
no-
like,
nobody's
this is
there.
insane.
They
Yeah, when Luck was there and then Hogan, and they were good.
Dang good.
But that feels
They've
like
been good over the
that
years.
feels like a decade ago because it essentially was. But yeah, I mean, we're in a good spot. I think.
I hope.
I think we are.
You're right, though, Bryn. Right now, I think we can be in a good spot. We deserve it. But it's a time to be aggressive.
Yes.
It's a time to be aggressive. It's for our athletic director and Randall, President Taylor Randall. They can't play patty cake on this thing.
You can't.
You got to go out.
accepting calls. You need to be on the freaking
Now,
phone.
they got to push it.
That was my point with President Randall. I mean, he's a business guy.
Yeah.
He was dean of business school, and he took that school and elevated it to where he is, where it is now. So I know that he can do that. I just don't feel like I've seen that from Harlan yet. So
Who knows?
but
Maybe he surprises us.
please
Well, he needs to.
go out there.
I'll
and
do it.
Find us the
I'll
best
call.
deal.
Because you're right. I don't want to
just
be.
sit back and wait.
I'm sitting there, and when my phone rings, I answer it.
No.
No. You need to be calling everybody that you can, and getting on that call and go, okay, where are we at? What can we do? How do we do this? Because
Bring some teams with you. I don't care. Figure out a package deal. Say we're all coming. We'll all do this or that. I don't know, but you can't. We're going to lose out. That's my worry. We will lose out if we're passive because Phil Knight,
he is not letting
Oregon?
This, no, he's been on the phone.
you know it, and he's with Nike, and they've got so much power,
So much influence.
I've heard people, say that. Why doesn't he just start his own conference,
He could.
the Nike
Freaking
conference,
84, man.
and keep
he that old?
the Pac-10 teams, and then
I think he's
add
84.
some of the good. Let's poach some from the other conferences, and then make the Nike conference.
I'm afraid that if the Big 12 did, I think it was you that said it, that said, okay, we're going to bring all the Pac schools over and we'll do like this 20 team, then the Big the Big Ten and the SEC would say, okay, we're going to do that too, and screw all you guys.
Yeah, we're going to do our own. Yeah, I know. I just don't want that to happen.
Well,
Here's the question. How fast does all this happen? I think we go into the season that's 60 days away knowing what's going to happen.
We're going to know real soon.
Well, yeah, USC and UCLA,
Those
they
overnights.
join next year. We only have, I don't know, we have two
years.
more seasons
If
with
that's
them.
how it plays out, but it's 2 years.
But they have been scheming this
Two
behind
more
the scenes
seasons.
for a while. This didn't happen overnight.
I heard it wasn't.
Really?
A couple guys, I get them mixed up now. But they were legit guys. Is that, and this is the other thing that ticks me off, is that it was USC and UCLA that approached the Big Ten. They weren't approached. They initiated it
Well, and
to get out.
F those guys.
you
even
know, and the
more.
Pac-12 statement the next day was like, "This has come as a
weak as
shock
heck.
to us," and I'm sitting there going,
How was it a shock to you?
and you shouldn't admit that.
No.
You should not admit that this was a shock to you because that means you've been sitting back and just going, "Well,
Asleep
I
at
guess
the
we
wheel."
don't have to asleep at the wheel."
But
Sleep
it
at the
wasn't.
wheel.
I don't think it was a long road. That's what I understand. I mean,
Screw
it may not
USC.
be that it happened pretty quick, is what the guy said, and people said, "Well, Lincoln Riley must have known."
And
I think it was Cowherd. I think it was Cowherd on this point because I heard a couple other guys talk about it. But he said when they recruited him to be the coach, they assured him that we're going to aim big. We're going to be doing big things. But they never said that they're going to the Big Ten. So they assured him, we're not going to be status quo. We're going to go big and blah, blah, blah. So what I understand is that those two initiated it. I don't know how long it took, but it wasn't months and months and months and months. It came together pretty quick. And there we go. That ticks me off.
SC could have gone anywhere they wanted. If the SC, if they had,
They're a
gone,
huge brand.
If they had gone to the SEC and said we want to come play there, they would have taken them. Like,
But
they
that's the
could-
thing. They never even went to the Pac-12 and said, "This
That's
is
what pisses me off.
This is what we're doing. So match it."
They never went and said, "Hey, we're in communication with these guys.
That's
Here's what
bullcrap.
we're thinking." It literally was, "We're doing this. Here's a
See
press
ya.
release."
Yeah, peace out.
See, Oregon's got to be going,
What the hell?
yeah.
What's the commissioner's name?
Kliakov.
He was on vacation with his family in Montana when this broke. He had
Yeah.
Sucks.
no idea. So he's out on a camping trip, and all of a sudden his phone probably exploded, and he's going,
Your conference is now blown
conference
up,
is
dude.
gone.
You may be out of a job.
"Yeah, you might not have a job anymore."
I mean, that's where we're at.
Man, we got to get Yogi on this podcast before the conference is no more.
I was watching, Paul
Bald head Feinbaum,
Feinbaum, the geek.
Yeah.
Ears are out
Remember
like
his
out
name.
here.
Mr. SEC, who just
I
craps
watched
on
him.
everybody
I
else.
watched him the other night.
Yeah.
He is the biggest geek homer for the SEC
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I don't know why I listened
Why
to
do you do it to yourself?
Listen to the guy. He was so gross.
Yeah.
And the things he was saying about Pac-12 teams,
Oh yeah, he's
But this is the problem. This
Man.
is what
I want to slap that little twerp. If you were to slap him like that, you'd break his neck.
you'd kill him.
gosh, whoa. This is the national idea of the
break his neck. He's
Pac-12.
such a geek.
This is what I'm saying. This is what a lot of people in the country think of the Pac-12, and
Yeah.
that sucks. That's what I'm talking about with Larry Scott. He screwed us over.
Yeah,
He
didn't
left
care.
us behind.
He went. Wait, I'm making how many millions a year to do nothing? All right, I'll just hang out.
We lost all credibility, all everything. No one talks about the Pac-12. They all
We're the conference of champions.
I'll say that you like Cowherd though, don't you?
I depends on the day. I'm a Dan Patrick guy,
Okay.
but I listened to Cowherd a little bit today.
Okay.
He's high on Utah, by the way.
He likes Utah, but he is a USC elitist.
Oh, he lives there.
I know, but
It's
grotesque.
It is gross.
he ticked me off. I have a hard time. Feinbaum's the geek elitist for the SEC.
Yeah, Hurd is.
Hurd is the elitist.
I was at their practice.
I talked to everybody, and everybody told me
Everyone
everything.
knows me.
Shut up, you weirdo.
you slapped yourself.
I know you did. Did it
Hey,
hurt?
how's your cheek feeling? You actually did slap yourself.
Not very hard, but I'm just saying that's what happened. Feinbaum, his ear would fall off and his neck would snap. He's He's such a homer. I hate that
Like,
guy.
why
but
do you
that's his-
listen?
that's
Don't
his-
listen to
I
him.
wanted to get a perspective.
Well, that's the perspective, is that no one
That's-
cares about the Pac-12.
And even the elitist cowherd, he slammed. I mean, honestly though, we
Look, I get
admit
it.
there's been some truth to some of the teams have sucked and not been very good
A lot of them have sucked
lately,
not
and
been
it's
very
kind
good.
of so while other teams are going down, not everybody. Utah is ascending, and unfortunately, it's what you say.
Here we are.
It's sad, but anyway.
All right. Well,
All right.
I guess we'll
let's
see what
end that.
happens.
We got a season to play. It's coming up.
I know.
It's
you-
exciting.
Kick
You
it off in
wanna-
the swamp, baby.
Do you want to mention the recruits? I mean, we've had some major
The
recruits
big one
in
with
the last
today was
couple
a
weeks.
4-star safety out of Texas. And the 4-star, the dude highly recruited. So to me, and over the weekend we landed another kid. He's a 3-star kid, another safety. And it's to me, we're not losing
it's
these
Morgan
recruits.
Scally.
Now we're not
Magic.
We're not losing
We're a
recruits.
good team. Freaking good team, man.
We're even if recruits call and are like, "What's going on?" We're fine. We're gonna land somewhere. So we're landing dudes.
Yeah.
Things are still moving forward. The season's around the corner.
It's great. I'm
We-
excited.
Spring or fall camp starts in a month.
Jeez.
A month.
We had a good time a couple weeks ago. We went and did a meet and greet event with Fan Nation
Yeah, it was a
All
lot of
Youths. They're an affiliate of the Sports Illustrated Utah.
Give
And-
them a follow. They do a great job.
Yeah, give them a follow. Follow Cole Bagley. He writes a bunch of articles. But we got to meet a bunch of you fans. There was a few players there, and they were signing. And then, so it was Jalen Glover, Devon Vele, and Karine Reed were there. And we're all just hanging out. We're chatting with everybody. We're having a great time, doing some
and the
giveaways.
barbecue was
some-
so good.
at R&R barbecue, so good. And then like 15 other
A
players
bunch of dudes
showed
roll
up.
up, like just out of nowhere. I mean, I'm sure they heard
was
free
fun.
food. It was way fun. We're gonna do another one, probably in September or something. So make sure that we'll put it out. It was a lot of fun. Giveaways and a lot of the players were there, and it was really pretty
Yeah,
cool.
we'll do some more of those. The best part, and we didn't ask his name, but one of the fans brought his hand-painted
Oh, I know.
USS Salt Lake City helmet. I still don't really know how he has one of those. He
He
said
spent some coin is how he got it.
bought it.
I can't even buy the mini of these.
I know.
Yeah, he paid some.
But looking at that thing up close was so
Yeah.
cool.
I may or may not have put it on taking pictures, but definitely.
Yeah, we did. We posted it.
I guess that's true. It was
It was fun. Look
It
for
was fun.
look for another one of those. You'll see it on our.
Yeah, we'll post the
Social
registrations
pages.
and things like that. So make sure you're following
come out
us.
to them. It's pretty cool. The players they're there to hang out with you. You get an opportunity to ask them questions and talk to them. This Fan Nation, they're going to do some pretty cool stuff with some of these players, Glover and Vele, but shirts and merch that is specific for the guys, and then they get a cut of everything, which is that's the idea of the NIL, was to do things like this.
The shirts are cool.
The
Saw 'em
shirts
They
too.
were really cool.
way
when they
cool.
come out. Look for them.
We'll post them
them
when they go
it's
for sale.
supposed to
but-
happen like next month, so
Yeah.
pretty cool. It was a lot of fun, and we'll do them again. And
So-
get a lanyard.
Yeah, get a lanyard. So who's the guy? The tall guy, the tall dude who called me the old guy.
Oh, yeah, your buddy.
So I'm calling that dude the tall dude. He listens. Hey, tall dude.
We were at the thing, and Brent and I are talking to some guys. I can't remember his freaking name, and he goes, "Hey, where's the old man that's with you guys?"
The old man.
He's over there.
I'm right
He was
here.
standing
Tall,
right there.
tall guy.
He was tall.
He was very
He was very tall.
Oh, we don't know
won
your
a-
name. You
he
need to
won
tell
a
us your name.
jersey.
He did win.
Oh, yeah, he won. Tell him. We had
We had a few jerseys to give away.
a drawing.
Courtesy of Red Zone, so thank
They
you
were
to Red
cool
Zone.
looking.
And we gave a few of those away, and Tall Dude won one of them.
Did we tag him?
No,
We don't know tall dude's name.
No, we should have.
Should've
That was a
gotten-
mistake on our part. So Tall Dude, you need to tell us your name. Except you're gonna still be known as Tall Dude
Yeah,
forever
he's
and
old
ever.
man. You're tall dude. So
That's
here
it.
we go.
I'm going by old man from here on out.
Old man
That's fitting.
Pretty much.
and pencil neck.
Pencil neck. That's from Cougar Board. So, do I have a pencil neck?
No. You got some zoob with glasses that thick looking at the screen.
If you'd seen the guy who
he-
called me that,
he,
I'm
he's
not
like
too-
burning ants with his glasses.
I'm
while
not
he's in
too
it.
worried based off of his profile picture.
You weren't gonna talk about the
I'm
Zooms
Yeah,
still
tonight.
that.
well-
Okay, here's a tease before we
You
close. So it's coming up, and we'll talk more about this. But We start at Florida.
I know.
Okay.
Bring your
I don't know where we'll
gold
be.
bond.
I don't know where we will be ranked at that point.
Sixth.
No, we won't. I bet we're not. No. What I guess what I'm saying, wherever we're ranked, is that if we beat Florida
Off
to
we
start
go,
off,
baby.
we will jump into the top 5.
Oh man.
That's what I'm saying because there's a lot of publicity about us now. Unless we're like 19, but we're not going to be 19.
We're gonna be 6.
If we're
not doing predictions yet.
that's what this is a tease. I'm just saying if we were to start the season going into the SEC
Swampland, baby.
away in Florida with all the publicity that we have
beat 'em by
coming
17.
off the Rose Bowl and how many people watch that and just all that stuff. You go into Florida, take them out. That sets us up in a great place. There's the tease.
Cam
What are we?
throws for-
60 something days away.
I think we're like at 60.
All right.
Maybe
We haven't-
59. I don't know.
So, okay, jackassery. We've got several jackasseries.
Well-
The whole episode's been dedicated.
Everybody's
to
a
the
jackass. Name them. Let's go. We got
Well, USC is the biggest jackasses.
the
of
Jackass
all.
Award. Awards, it's plural tonight, goes to the Trojans.
Okay,
USC.
if we're gonna give them the Trojan, can't we give
Bruins.
them Dick if they're the Trojans of the?
James,
No.
that's going back a ways.
Okay.
Larry Scott.
Ugh.
Larry Scott.
That guy.
Paul Geek Feinbaum.
Paul Broken Neck Feinbaum.
And I'm just going to say it, even the elitist Cowherd.
Okay.
But I listened to him twice, and I'm just going, okay, man.
Is that a quad jackass?
Are you in?
Was it 4?
We ever had a quad?
Anyone
jackass?
else? I'm missing somebody. And sure.
There's a lot of Jackass. I
But
think you covered it.
That's the main ones.
Unbelievable.
SC is the
But
biggest.
SC is the
SC is
Jackass, the King Jackass.
King Jackass.
Get you a crown. Freaking losers.
And it's going to be, it's going to be so much fun beating them.
Oh, I know. I'm with you.
Ute fans.
You're right, Bryn. That game in October.
Let's be.
The venom from Rice Eccles is going to be, and especially because
It
both
should
teams
be.
are going to be really pretty good, I think.
We need some good posters for that game.
We need to beat them down. We need to beat down the.
Oh man. All right.
We'll have much to say about
Yes,
it.
Yeah,
we
we're
will.
doing
It's
another
exciting.
one. We'll do another pod in August to ramp up before the season.
Then we begin.
And then off we roll, baby.
All right, let's
Go
go Utes, huh?
Utes.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He agrees.
Yeah. What do you think, K. Scott? I'm ready.
let's get it.
Okay.
I'm telling you why. You can see in their eyes, them boys ain't playing, they ready to ride. Shaking the tunnel, just screaming and yelling. If you ain't ready, you get eaten alive. Taking the field with loads of passion, swagging out with the flyest fashions. Cameras out and they steady flashing. Captains out, we about to get it cracking. Full aggression in between those lines. You boys, we about to ride. We're a band of brothers and we stick together like an army mission when it's wartime. We stacking them W's, pay attention. Opponents coming with apprehension. We stay on top of our division. Went from BCS buses to playoff contenders. We on the rise up. Now the boys mad. We have to tighten them boys up.
Let's go Utes. Let's do it. It's going to be a great year.
Now the boys mad. We have to tighten them boys up. We here for the crown.